What if your next breath cost you? Somewhere beyond the stars, a chilling contract is already being drafted, one that puts a price tag on the very air in your lungs. Space companies have conquered gravity. They've bottled silence, sold sunrises from orbit, and now they're coming for oxygen. This isn't science fiction. This is the question humanity may never be ready for. So ask yourself, can you afford to keep breathing? 1. Your oxygen subscription has expired. The day breathing becomes a monthly bill. Your remaining oxygen balance is too low. Please upgrade your plan. A single sentence like that could become the most terrifying notification in human history. Deep inside a massive Mars colony, thousands of people may one day live entirely dependent on corporate-owned life support systems. No trees, no natural air, no escape outside the metal walls. Every breath recycled, monitored, and possibly charged by subscription. At first, it may sound reasonable. Pay for the oxygen you use, just like electricity or internet on Earth. But slowly, breathing itself could become a business. Premium citizens might afford cleaner air and larger oxygen quotas, while workers survive on limited supplies tied to productivity scores. Miss a payment, break colony rules, or lose your job, and the system controlling your survival could simply reduce your access. In space, oxygen is not comfort, it is life itself. And the company controlling the air may become more powerful than any government humanity has ever known. 2. The rich breathe premium air. The poor get basic oxygen. The rich inhale comfort. The poor inhale survival. In the first human space colonies, inequality may no longer be measured by money alone, but by the quality of the air people breathe every second. Behind luxurious glass domes, elite colonists could live surrounded by purified oxygen, artificial gardens, spacious habitats, and perfect environmental conditions designed for long life. But far below them, workers maintaining the colony's machinery may survive on heavily recycled air, overcrowded living pods, and strict oxygen limits controlled by corporate systems. Over time, breathing itself could become a symbol of social status. Premium oxygen packages may promise better sleep, stronger health, and longer lifespans, while basic citizens receive only the minimum needed to stay alive. In a world where there are no forests, no oceans, and no natural atmosphere, the gap between rich and poor becomes terrifyingly literal. On Earth, inequality affects comfort. In space, inequality could decide whose lungs thrive and whose slowly fail in silence. 3. Work more or lose air privileges. The rise of space debt slavery. On Mars, quitting your job may no longer mean losing a paycheck. It could mean losing the right to breathe. The first settlers arriving on distant space colonies may come filled with hope, but many could quickly discover they are trapped inside a system impossible to escape. Transportation to Mars would likely cost millions, forcing workers to sign massive corporate debt contracts before ever leaving Earth. But once they arrive, the same company may own everything: the oxygen supply, food production, sleeping quarters, medical care, and even communication systems. Every breath, every meal, every hour of survival becomes connected to employment. If a worker refuses orders, misses productivity targets, or loses their job, their access to life support privileges could slowly disappear. Unlike Earth, there is no walking away, no neighboring city, and no independent survival outside the colony walls. Beyond those walls is instant death. In a vacuum of space, corporate debt may evolve into the most dangerous form of slavery humanity has ever created. 4. The black market for illegal oxygen. In a world where air becomes currency, crime no longer hides in shadows. It hides in every stolen breath. As corporations tighten their grip over oxygen supply in space colonies, a silent underground economy could begin to grow. Not of weapons or drugs, but of something far more essential: breathable air. Desperate colonists may turn into smugglers, hacking into life support systems, rerouting oxygen lines, or stealing portable tanks meant for emergencies. Hidden workshops could appear inside maintenance tunnels, where engineers and rebels attempt illegal oxygen generators using modified electrolysis systems. Every drop of unregulated air would become more valuable than gold, traded secretly between those struggling to survive. Security drones would patrol for unauthorized oxygen usage, while encrypted networks connect buyers and sellers in the shadows of the colony. Even though oxygen technology already exists in experimental forms like Moxie on Mars missions, in this underground world, it transforms into forbidden survival. A quiet rebellion begins, where every breath becomes an act of resistance against control. 5. The ultimate fear, a corporation that can decide who lives or dies. In the silence of space, power no longer needs weapons, only control over breath. The greatest fear of future colonies is not isolation, but absolute dependence on a single authority. When every drop of oxygen is monitored, controlled, and distributed by a corporation or AI system, survival itself becomes conditional. Obedience, productivity, and social rank could decide who breathes freely and who struggles for air. In such a world, control over oxygen becomes control over life, reshaping humanity into the most regulated society ever created beyond Earth. So as the stars promise freedom, the truth feels far more fragile. A future where every breath could carry a price tag is not just imagination. It's a warning written in advance. If oxygen becomes a product, then survival itself becomes negotiable. The question isn't just about space anymore. It's about how far control can go when life depends on it.